Hi, this is Ilana Abrahamson, and I manage the FireWorks educational program. In this presentation, I will share a little history of FireWorks, what we're up to today. I will show some of the activities, and then I will show our website and how you can access the program. FireWorks is an educational program that uses interactive, hands-on activities to teach students about wildland fire. It's designed for students in kindergarten through 12th grade, but many activities are great and fun for adults too. FireWorks was first developed in the late 1990s. This original curriculum was published as a general technical report in 2000, and it contained roughly 30 hands-on lessons for early elementary through 10th grade students. Over the past several years, we've completely updated and expanded the program. The biggest change is that we created 3 separate curricula, one for elementary, middle, and high school levels. Other changes include that each lesson was updated to the national education standards, including NGSS. Lessons were updated with recent science, and many more lessons were added. One thing that has not changed are our goals. We aspire to increase student understanding of wildland fire science, and specifically of the fire ecology of their local ecosystems. And we also hope to enhance scientific literacy overall. FireWorks is intended to be taught by classroom teachers and educators of all types, including fire prevention and education staff. It's widely used in classrooms, at summer camps, and at special events. To teach educators about the FireWorks program, we offer a 2-day workshop in Missoula, Montana. Participants learn the activity so that they feel confident teaching it to their students. We've also offered workshops elsewhere around the country when invited. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to hold a workshop since this pandemic began, but I hope to offer them again sooner than later. Along with the curriculum of activities, many FireWorks activities require educational materials found in FireWorks trunks. Depending on where you live, we have trunks that you can borrow, and I'll show you this on our website at the end of this presentation. While many of the activities covered in the curricula can be used anywhere that fires burn, many activities are only suitable in specific ecosystems. FireWorks emphasizes the diversity in fire's roles in different ecosystems and the ways different organisms deal with fire. For this reason, we offer different programs for different regions. Students learn about their local plants and animals and about fire regimes in their local ecosystems. The first FireWorks program was developed for the Northern Rocky Mountains and North Cascade Mountains, and it features ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, and whitebark pine communities. In recent years, interest in FireWorks and in teaching fire science has grown, likely in step with the growing recognition of fire's role in and around our communities. These ovals represent completed adaptations of the FireWorks program. Some were developed by us at the Missoula Fire Sciences Lab, and some were developed by our partners. Regional adaptations vary in their comprehensiveness in terms of the number of lessons included and the age they're designed to be used with. Adaptations include the tallgrass prairie, cross timbers, Missouri River country, sagebrush ecosystems, Sierra Nevada, and Northern California oak woodlands. Other regions that are currently adapting FireWorks programs or other fire science curriculum are showed by these dashed ovals. These include the Southeast, shortgrass prairie, Southwestern Oregon, Arizona and New Mexico, and Nevada. This slide shows all of the lessons from the Northern Rocky Mountains version. It's okay that you can't read the text in the table. It's intended to give you an idea of how to access the lessons and to show our 7 units. The table on the left is from our website. It shows each lesson at each level. You can access each lesson by clicking on any of these links in these cells. The 3 columns on the right are for elementary, middle, and high school levels. And the left column shows the 7 units covered by each curriculum, and they cover an introduction, physical science of wildland fire, the wildland fire environment, fire effects on the environment, fire's relationships with organisms and communities, fire history and succession, and people and fire's homeland. Now I'll show you a few lessons from the Northern Rocky Mountains program. The first lesson from Unit 1 is a presentation that students watch to become familiar with the 3 different types of fire and the 3 different forest types covered in this program. They see images of some of the types of plants and animals that live there and consider and describe their feelings about wildland fire. This lesson is meant to orient students to the program and to let them express their feelings and thoughts about fire. It's not meant to teach science content. In the Physical Science of Wildland Fire unit, students learn about combustion, energy transfer, and the fire triangle. These are all fairly simple hands-on lessons. The images show workshop participants measuring and graphing the shape of the heat plume, and then they describe the types of energy transfer that is occurring. In high school, the lessons about energy transfer include ongoing research by scientists at the Missoula Fire Sciences Lab. In this high school lesson, students learn the steps of pyrolysis and combustion through videos and demonstrations. Once students understand these processes, they will be able to observe and understand that the second time this candle is lit in this video, the match doesn't ignite the wick. Rather, it ignites the cloud of gaseous carbohydrate molecules that were pyrolyzed when the candle was first lighted. See if you can. We're trying not to disturb the gases as we extinguish the flame. In the third unit, students learn about the wildland fire environment. They'll apply what they've already learned about the fire triangle to examine how fires burn in the wildlands. The matchstick forest is probably the most widely used activity. It's highly versatile, easy to make, transport, and adapt. Students learn about how stand density or slope affect fire behavior. Here's a quick video that shows the effect of stand density on fire behavior. On the left is an open stand, and on the right is a dense stand. This activity is great for students at all levels, and it's taught at all levels, but with different approaches. For example, in elementary school, it's usually done as a demonstration by the teacher. In middle school, students practice how to form and test hypotheses. They figure out what data to collect, how to collect, record, and analyze their data. In high school, they independently design experiments and see them through. The Tinker Tree Derby is a very fun and memorable way to learn about ladder fuels. Teams of students compete against each other to create a tree that can withstand surface fire without burning their tree. The winning team will have created a tree that survived the surface fire and has the most remaining leaves, or newspaper in this case, for their tree to photosynthesize. Here's a quick video that shows how trees with low versus high branches may enable surface fires to climb into the tree crown. Winning trees undergo a second round of testing, where we imagine that the fires have been absent around their tree for about 100 years or so. We imagine what the forest may look like without fire, and then we build up the surface and ladder fuels surrounding their tree. Will their tree still survive the fire under these new conditions? In the Campfires Challenge, students learn about fuel properties while attempting to build campfires with different fuel recipes. Some recipes may include nothing but green needles and large woody sticks, making them very hard to light, while others have dry needles and small and large sticks. Unit 4 covers fire effects on the environment. In this middle school lesson on smoke, students learn about what is in smoke, smoke dispersal, and why smoke is bad for their health. This is a quick slideshow that shows the effect that smoke can have on visibility in the Bitterroot Mountains in Montana. Then they use air quality data and they role play a school nurse and a coach that have to make decisions about what to do about school sporting events under various air quality scenarios. In the activity about fire, soil, and water, students learn about the variability in soil burn severity at small scales and across the landscape. Then they do a hands-on activity where they compare the amount of erosion there is with soils with and without litter and duff, and in soils with rooted plants. So far, these activities can be used anywhere that fires burn. That is, they're not ecosystem specific for the most part. The next two units are ecosystem specific. In the unit about fire's relationships with organisms and communities, students learn the biology and ecology of individual species and ecosystems and how they're affected by fire. Each firework program has an encyclopedia. The encyclopedia consists of about 32-page essays about plants, animals, and fungi and their relationship with fire. This essay on California red fir is from the Sierra Nevada curriculum. The organisms in the encyclopedia are incorporated throughout the program and they're seen in many lessons. The photo over here shows a class projects by 5th graders using the Northern Rocky Mountains program. These projects were based on information in the FireWorks encyclopedia and what they learned during their lesson, during their unit on fire. In the unit about fire history and succession, we have several lessons that teach students about how we can learn about fire history from evidence in trees and why this matters. They learn about how trees grow, tree rings, tree ages, fire scars, cohorts of trees, and how these things help us to learn about fire regimes in different ecosystems. There are a few lessons for elementary students, but many are geared towards middle and high school students and are also appropriate for adults. Storytime is a lesson that uses interactive felt boards to tell the story about fires in various ecosystems. For the Northern Rocky Mountain versions, we have separate felt stories about ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, and whitebark pine ecosystems. Each story has different characters from each ecosystem, covers different types of fire, and succession after fire. This lesson is great for students in kindergarten and through third grade, although I've had lots of great experiences with preschool as well. In the final unit, People and Fire's Homeland, students learn about people's relationship with fire. They think about their own knowledge and feeling towards fire. They learn fire-wise practices, and in the Northern Rocky Mountain version, we have a great activity that includes a 12-minute video of Marvin Weatherwax, a Piikani elder, discussing how and why the Piikani people carried fire. This image shows a model fire carrier that the Piikani people used to carry fire from camp to camp as they followed the buffalo. Okay, now I'm going to take a quick look at our website. So this is our homepage, and you can use the drop-down menu to take a look at our regional offerings that I mentioned. If we select Sierra Nevada, for example, we can select a lesson from this table, and it will bring you to the lesson and associated materials. So, for example, we'll select the first lesson. We have a description, and then we have links. So we have the lesson plan, and in this case, we have a handout and the presentation as well. Let's go back. I mentioned our trunks of materials. If we select this drop-down box, and I'm going to select the Northern Rocky Mountains, it brings you to a couple of links. You can select this list and it will provide a table of all of the trunks that are available to borrow throughout many states. Or if you'd like to create your own trunk, you can select this list of materials and you can create a trunk this way. Finally, the About FireWorks drop-down box includes other information, including about the educational standards. And finally, the Contact Us menu, where if you have questions about fireworks or would like more information about anything I've discussed, please feel free to contact me. Thank you for watching.